Welcome to Petticoat Junction, where tonight the Gold's Gym Game of the Week presents Silver Bluff playing host to Strom Thurmond. As you join us for the pregame show, I'm Ed Gerardo along with Noah Fight, sports editor from the Aiken Standard. Ken Brace, the coach, is on assignment. We sent him to Florida to scout some teams that maybe we'll see in the playoffs or something. Not exactly sure how he worked that assignment out, but he's gone, and two of us will try to hold the fort in his stead. And this is traditionally a great football game. One of my favorites is the game a few years ago when Strom was having their way in the third quarter, and Outland called a timeout, kind of talked to his team a little bit, and next thing you know, here comes Silver Bluff and ended up winning the ball game.
Yeah, talk might not be the right way to describe it, but yeah, that was one of the great games in this rivalry with Silver Bluff coming back for a big win that night. And, since then it's been all Strom Thurmond. One time was very lopsided last year. It actually was about a 16-point spread, but the game, which we did, was actually much more competitive, much closer. The difference was that Silver Bluff made some mistakes in the red zone, and Strom Thurmond didn't, and they cashed those in for points and a win.
Strom Thurmond, we had them in the opening game this year in week 0. They were able to defeat Aiken 17-10. They had last week off. Silver Bluff, on the other hand, got shut out their first week while playing Allendale, and then last week, right here, lost to Williston 7-6.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough start for Silver Bluff, which was to be expected. That we followed them all the way through to the state championship game last year, and talked a lot about the great core of senior leaders they had on last season's team. Of course, they're gone. So Coach Lown and his veteran staff, they're trying to break in a new crop of contributors, and it's been coming along slowly. But even though the results haven't been great so far, there is a lot of promise and a lot of talent on this roster, which is actually the deepest one Silver Bluff has had in years.
So both teams now in 2A football. They're in separate divisions, but still both in 2A, and it's one of the best rivalries we have in the area. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to look at some of the other matchups going on around the area when we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
You can smile.
I love to smile.
I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this office, this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
Don't forget to pick up a copy of the Aiken Standard Saturday morning to check on all the area teams' results from Friday night. Then on Sunday, game balls will be presented to the area's top players, so you want to pick up Sunday's paper. On Monday, the Aiken Standard's power rankings are released, which a panel of very intelligent people give their votes on. And on Tuesday, the Wave Aiken Standard Player of the Week is named, and we want to congratulate last week's Wave Aiken Standard Player of the Week, Rasul Clemens from South Aiken. And there is Rasul getting his Wave jacket from Chris Boyer of Wave, and he had a pretty good week last week.
He had a very good game. It's not often that we recognize someone who wasn't on the winning team with that honor, but his performance was so significant, it certainly merited it. He had 11 tackles, 2 for lost yards, a sack, and 2 fumble recoveries when Aiken had the ball in the red zone. So all around, a pretty great performance for a guy who's going to be playing for Virginia next year.
That's right, Rasul Clemens. Also, congratulations to the Center for Dentistry's MVP for the game of the week last week, Antoine Chandler from that same game. He had a big week, big punt return, got it down close inside to the 10-yard line, and then had the big catch, went 51 yards, catch and run that really got Aiken going and led them to the comeback against South Aiken and led them to the win 14-10 over South Aiken. So congratulations to Antoine Chandler, and stay tuned at the end of the game where we'll name our Center for Dentistry MVP as soon as this game is finished, which again, another fine panel of very intelligent people will vote on.
We like to think so, and handsome as well.
We think that they're pretty smart. All right, again, we're here at Silver Bluff High School. It's not quite as hot. It's warm here in the booth, which is to be expected. It's still the 1st of September in South Carolina, but nothing like what we've gone through the last 2 weeks. It's a pleasant evening. You've still got time to come on out here. It's going to be a great football game if you want to come catch some high school football action. And there's some other good ones that you can go catch. South Aiken is traveling to Midland Valley.
They are, and that's a really big game for both of those teams. Both of them had their openers last week, and against what would be considered, I think, their traditional area rivals. And both of them came up short despite having leads in the second half. So one of these teams, whoever wins tonight, is going to feel like everything is kind of right with the world. Meanwhile, the loser is going to be 0-2 and sort of scratching their head about what's gone wrong when, in fairness, both played pretty well last week and probably expect should be a very good and competitive game this evening as well.
Yeah, both teams have looked pretty good in early going. North Augusta kind of got on Midland Valley a little bit with the fumbleitis, and of course South Aiken will look to try to get that done with Midland Valley tonight, and plus try to get their offense jump started. They kind of hit a wall in the fourth and allowed Aiken to just run past them and came up on the short end. So both teams looking for a big win. Other games going on in the area of Wagner-Sally, traveling not too far to Rich Spring.
Yeah, Wagner-Sally, like we kind of talked about before with Silver Bluff, very young team. Turn over a lot of important seniors from last year, but they got the season off to a good start. They had a win over Bethune-Bowman last week. Now they're heading to one of their regional rivals in Rich Spring-Minetta, and Rich Spring was on the other end of it. They kind of got thumped around a little bit last week, but I kind of feel that Rich Spring has the advantage. They're at home. I think they're a little more physical, a little more experienced team, and I'd expect that they'd find a way to come out with a victory.
Another game that's down in Barnwell, which we've done this game before. This is a big rivalry and means a lot to both schools. Barnwell playing host to Williston-Elko.
And one of our players from the game we did a couple of years ago is still in action for Barnwell. That's Shakur Shaky Chisholm. And
yeah, he had a big game a couple of years ago.
And he had a huge game last week and a big win for Barnwell over Blackville, which was is the other end of that Barnwell County championship. So it's a big game for these two teams that they're separated by about 5 miles, and they it means a lot to beat one the other. I like Barnwell's explosiveness a little bit in this matchup. as Williston has kind of struggled to find a way to score, but they've been tremendous on defense.
The War Horses against the Blue Devils. The other game going on in the area, Fox Creek traveling to Augusta Christian.
Fox Creek had last week off after a disappointing lopsided loss to Dreher in the opener. They've got their hands full again. Augusta Christian has been up and down in their games, but they're very big, very physical, and actually have a guy who's signed to play with Clemson next year, so it's going to be a challenge for Fox Creek.
Okay, well, those are the teams around the area. We'll take a break, come back, and take a look at our matchup tonight here at Silver Bluff High School. Silver Bluff playing host to Strom Thurmond when we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week. Thank you. Hey, good. How y'all doing?
Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Sarah found me on the bathroom floor unconscious. I had a total blockage heart attack and an anoxic brain injury. Aiken Regional treated me with love and compassion and treated my family the same way. Thanks to them, we're living an awfully good life.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest and contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902.
Most people think the Y is a gym, but to me, it's so much more. When I needed help, the Y gave my kids a scholarship to a safe place where they could grow, learn, and have fun. And when I was struggling with all kinds of health issues, they gave me the guidance and motivation to get well. The Y helps families create a better future and become so much more. So give, join, or volunteer at the Y.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Silver Bluff High School, where Strom Thurmond is the visitor tonight. Ed Jarretto along with Noah Fight. And again, this has been a traditional rivalry, a game that we've done, I think, just about every year since we started doing the Game of the Week. Like I said, we've had some close ones, particularly down here. We've had some blowouts that were up there at Strom Thurmond. Of course, Strom Thurmond has been one of the best teams in the state.
Honestly, they both have. I mean, Silver Bluff for Class AA is, you know, they have as many wins as any program, along with Strom Thurmond and North Augusta, who we've covered a great deal. And, you know, it's, you know, Silver Bluff is going through a little bit of growing pains right now, but the coaching staff, they're not new. They're veterans.
Yeah.
And they've seen it all. They've put, you know, 30 guys on playing college football, a dozen in Division I, 5 in the NFL. They know what to do to make these guys perform at a high level. And I actually heard this week from Coach Lown that he's got 2 guys he thinks on this team right now who could be Division I players just because of their athleticism and their abilities out there. That's Devontae Davis and Taryn Jackson, a couple of big, agile, athletic guys.
I was going to say Devontae Davis certainly has to be one of them. because of his size, looking at him down on the field before the game. He's a big kid.
And then, beyond those guys, they have guys that we've talked about before, D'Angelo Drayton. He's trying to get on track as far as the power running, but he's another big, physically imposing guy. Then they have another guy, smaller guy, Miles Corbett. He's a veteran guy on this team.
Right. Miles Corbett is a name that we've said in the past who was sort of the backup, but who would come in and have fresh legs and make some big yards. Now he's the tailback. He's the starting go-to guy, and somebody who we'll probably see a lot of tonight. Now their quarterback's a new player.
It is Hill. He's learning on the job, as is the case often with Silver Bluff. They're not putting too much pressure on him to throw the ball. I think that's something they're going to struggle with probably the whole season, and they'll get it to the point where it's manageable. Right now, don't look for them to try to do too much throwing the ball and put too much pressure on him, other than executing that wing tee and feeding those wings. And if we see Corbett, turning the edge in this game, that's a good sign for Silver Bluff.
Well, from the standpoint of the Strom Thurmond side of things, a couple of weeks ago we expected to see Chad Gilchrist run up and down the field, and Aiken did a good job of containing him. I think we'll probably see some more of him, though, tonight.
Absolutely. That even though he was limited in his stats, Strom Thurmond is still going to feed him the ball. He's the genesis of where their offense is. It's going to start with him, and then off of that, they're going to try to get some other guys involved. Deion Chin is another big, powerful running back. Tyree Stidham, who we saw, had a tremendous second half in that game, kind of taking it on his shoulders, running the ball, throwing the ball,
and was our Center for Dentistry MVP for that game.
Absolutely, and that they're I think Strom is also still kind of going through some growing pains on offense with Stidham as a new quarterback, but I think that they feel a lot more comfortable and confident with what he can do, and they're definitely going to try to throw the ball and do some damage through the air, but their bread and butter is going to be on the ground as well.
And on defense, you got the two Talberts, and both of them come up big, one at linebacker, one at cornerback.
They do, and we actually saw Israel Talbert with a couple carries in that game against Aiken. He had
big plays.
He had some big plays, and he's, I think, going to be that kind of change of pace guy throughout, even maybe a little bit on special teams as well. They're going to be tough, and they're going to fly to the ball. That's what Strom Thurmond has always done on defense, and even with Coach Hillary in his first year, that's not going to change.
And the linebackers have always been big for Strom Thurmond. They've got Coleman and they've got Cheatham, who both will play big and make lots of tackles.
And the guy, obviously, it's to keep an eye on is big Chad Stevens, the nose guard. He's going to see double and triple teams from Silver Bluff tonight as they try to keep him from just wrecking their offense.
All right, we're getting close to kickoff. We think we're going to have a good game. It's a great evening. Very cool out here. We had a shower about 5 o'clock or so, cooled things down. So we're in really good shape as opposed to, say, the 100-degree temperature we've seen the last 2 weeks. So, again, you got a chance to come on out. If you can't make it, just sit tight. The Gold's Gym Game of the Week is next when we return.
Number 22, Kwame.
Pruitt Health is here to help. For more than 4 decades, Pruitt Health has partnered with healthcare professionals to deliver exceptional care to families across the Southeast. Since the beginning, our focus has always been on quality programs, quality services, and quality people. Looking forward to the future, we've developed an innovative model of care to provide comprehensive, streamlined solutions. Get well for life with Pruitt Health.
Unique Expressions in the Mitchell Shopping Center is a treasure chest of gifts for all occasions. The Collegiate Collection is second to none. South Carolina, Clemson, Georgia, ACC or SEC. Support your favorite school. From clothing to mailboxes to tailgating items, Unique Expressions has them all. Handbags by Spartina and the Vera Bradley Collection, and a U.S. Post Office on site for your mailing convenience. Stop in today at Unique Expressions, 1521 Whiskey Road.
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and more has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and more is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
One evening we were sitting around the table. My 4-year-old stood up in his chair and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great. Until he said, "I want to be nice and big and fat." It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I took the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Friday Night Lights! Game of the week. Friday Night Lights! Quarterback sneak. Friday Night Lights! Here's the call. Friday Night Lights. It's all about football. The grass is cut fresh, lines are out. The stands packed tight and the cheerleaders shout. The marching band blast out fight songs to sing. Yellow jackets and green hornets, let me hear you scream. T-Breads and Mustangs, rebels run the zone. Blue devils and bulldogs, we must protect this home. Foxes and Trojans and eagles showing pride. All the lights are on and we cannot be denied that Friday is the night we all become freaks, rocking with the high school game of the week.
Live from Petticoat Junction, the Silver Bluff High School Marching Band and our national anthem. At the Bluff on the campus of Silver Bluff High School, a place which has given us such great NFL stars as Dwayne Bates, Corey Chavis, Troy Williamson, to name a few. This is a place where high school football, this is what Friday Night Lights is all about right here at Silver Bluff High School. They play host to Strom Thurmond, another great place for high school football. These are two really good programs.
Absolutely. We mentioned it briefly in the opening that these are two of the winningest programs in the area. Coach Sawyer retired with over 100 wins at Strom Thurmond in 10 years. Coach Lown is still going strong at Silver Bluff with 200 wins. Both have state championships in the better part of the last decade and have other appearances deep in the playoffs. So this is the type of matchup you want to see.
Absolutely. You're getting ready to have the captains come out here. Al Lown been around for a long time. He coached all of those NFL players that I was talking about. That goes back into the 90s. Strom Thurmond, on the other hand, has a new coach.
They do. Antoine Hillary, who was a player who competed against some of those guys back then. He's taken over for Sawyer, Coach Sawyer, who retired. He's gotten off to a good start. We saw him in week 0 get his first win in his first try, and I imagine it'll be the first of many wins for him on the sideline. But he's new to being a head coach, but he's been with the program as an assistant and offensive coordinator for 7 seasons.
All right. Like we said, the captains are getting ready to head out to midfield for the coin toss. The captains for Silver Bluff, number 24 is Anthony Reed. And number 62 is Justin Connolly. The captains for Strom Thurmond, number 32 is Jeremy Carroll. Number 41, one of the linebackers we talked about earlier, Will Cheatham. And big number 72, Cam Mathis. So the captains will walk out there, have the coin toss. I would think that if you're going to talk about coin tosses and getting the ball, I would think at this point I would want, if I'm Silver Bluff, let them have the ball first, see if you can stop them and see if you can play some field position.
I think that's probably pretty accurate. I know Coach Lown is an offensive mind, and he's one of those ones who's traditionally wanted to get the ball and get a quick score and put the pressure on the other team to respond. But I think he knows that this team is they're still trying to find their way offensively. That they've been very impressive on defense against a couple of power running teams the first couple of weeks, and I think he's going to realize that it's to his benefit to try and put the pressure on Strom Thurmond to do things in the air and then let his kids have some advantageous field position.
The kicking game for both teams, Cole Fell we know about. He's a pretty good kicker. He does the punting. And it's Cole Fell that is the kicker for Strom Thurmond. Do we know who the kicker is for Silver Bluff?
I believe it is Omar Zambrano.
Well, that's a name that we've heard in the past too.
Yeah, I believe it's his cousin, is Pedro Zambrano, who was a kicker, longtime kicker here at Silver Bluff. And he's actually the kicking coach on the team now.
Well, that's a pretty good pedigree, because he was a good kicker in his own right in his time. He got some game-winning field goals. All right, Silver Bluff won the toss, deferred to the second half, and Strom Thurmond elected to receive. So pretty much what we expected that Strom would want the guys to have the ball first.
And we'll get a chance to see some special teams action as well with these two teams at this level of ball. The return game is as crucial to the offense in generating points as the offense is on its own right. So if someone misses an assignment here, Strom Thurmond has guys that are more than capable of taking it a long way.
Now, Strom Thurmond has dropped back to 2A football. They were a 3A power. They're still a big roster in terms of their numbers. On the other hand, Silver Bluff has always been pretty small. They've got about 35, it looks like, on their roster.
And Coach Lown said that this is actually the deepest team he's had with the number of players on the roster in a number of years, many number of years. So, what they lack in experience, I think it's going to be kind of like a light switch goes on for them at some point this season. As long as they don't get down and demoralized, which I don't think they will with this veteran coaching staff guiding them, it's going to turn on, and they're going to start executing on offense. The wing T is going to work for them. They're going to have those jet sweeps that turn into big plays, and then Drayton will start really making hay with the power running game up the middle.
All right, Silver Bluff goes out on the field, ready to kick. Number 14, Omar Zambrano, as Noah pointed out, is the kicker. You can tell him by his shoes. He's got those soccer shoes.
He's a soccer player. He's a soccer player on a pretty good Silver Bluff team.
His brother was quite the kicker, and I can remember his shoes. I think he had lime green ones. These are orange, the orange variety. All right, deep to receive, number 6, Israel Talbert. Not going to go Israel's way. This is going to skip into well, it didn't make it to the end zone. Looked like it would go in. Haven't thrown a flag quite yet. He's spotting it at the 2. That would be a penalty. So that will bring it out to the 35-yard line, or a 5-yard walk-off, which we saw that last week.
And that was a critical play in that game. I think right here it might not be as influential, but it does seem to benefit the team just to take the penalty and guaranteed good field position, because we saw what happened last week when South Aiken ended up pinned inside their 5.
It was interesting. We both, Noah and I, saw Coach West on Monday, and one of the first things I asked him was, did they give you a choice on that? And he said, no, that was my own stupid choice. So he took the blame for it. That he Of course, hindsight's 20/20.
Of course.
And I talked to some other people who thought it was the right decision. Kick it again and let one of those speedy guys see if they can break it.
Exactly. And, yeah, the way that the offense was struggling at that point, it certainly made sense, just like I said a moment ago.
Well, Strom Thurmond decides to take it at the 35. Chandler first down. And here comes Tyree Stidman on the carry. He gets outside. He's going to pick up 9 yards. He goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That is a pickup of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1.
And we're going to see a little bit more of that this year than what we've seen in the past with Strom Thurmond. Not a quarterback running. We've seen plenty of that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be to the outside more than up the middle because with Javier Hammond, he was almost like a fullback at quarterback where he could just take the ball and just smash up the middle.
He was quite the threat to go from any position on the field and run. 3 split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Running back beside Stidman. Shotgun, handoff, cuts through that's Chin on the carry. He's going to pick up the yard.
Should be good for the first down.
Deion Chin is the man who picks up 2 yards. So interesting as they start Gilchrist not on the field. They go with Chin beside Stidman. Same formation. They look to the sideline to get the play. In fact, I see Gilchrist from here. He doesn't have his pads on.
Yeah, he's in street clothes out there with shorts.
Here's a pass outside, picked up, gets across midfield, all the way down to the 47-yard line. That was DeAndre Ryan.
And that without Gilchrist available, Strom Thurmond's going to have to rely a little bit more on Stidham's arm, and he showed right there. You give him some open space, he'll find it in the flat, and I wouldn't be surprised if they peck and poke a little bit and then try to take Silver Bluff over the top at some point.
Rebels in Bulldog territory now. Handoff. This is Ryan again. Ryan hit hard, and there's that big number 6 that we talked about in the open. Devontae Davis comes up, hits him hard. Picks up 1 yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
And this is a critical play here for Silver Bluff. If they can stop them here and get off the field in a situation rather than prolong the drive, that will benefit them a lot in the long run.
So snap, fakes the handoff, going to keep it. Does a good job running, gets away. He's brought down by number 12, Teron Jackson. That's the other player that Noah mentioned in the open on defense. But it wasn't before they got a first down, did Strom Thurmond to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Chandler offer him first down.
And what Stidham offers, as opposed to Hammond from the past few years, is he's a little faster, perhaps maybe a little more elusive where he can run away from contact.
That was going to be our first pass attempt, and Stidman did a little pump fake, took off running, going to pick up a couple of yards, crosses the 40 to the 39, bring up 2nd down and 8.
And that's the beauty of this Strom Thurmond offense, is that they're multiple in their formations and can run or pass out of it at any time, so it really keeps the defense off balance.
Gives the false count, now looks to the sidelines for the call. Resets. Stidman looks it over, he's ready. Drops back, looks to his left. The lefty throws it downfield. Good defense. Excellent defense over there.
Yeah, looks like the Strom Thurmond receivers trying to buy a call, but that was a tough throw. That honestly, the Silver Bluff corner had that played perfectly. And as we see here on the Specs Vision replay, it just was maybe forced a little bit in that spot.
Forced good defense. Nick was the intended receiver. Now rolling over to his right. Makes a nice pass complete. Now gets away, gets across the 20-yard line. It was complete to number 3, Jacob Cook. And that's going to put Strom Thurmond inside the 20. Chandler Law Firm first down, and we have our first Aiken Regional Medical Center injury on the field. a little timeout for the injury. Strom looking like Strom so far.
Yeah, they're showing the ability to find an open man when they're passing, but that they're also going to try to move it on the ground as well. And Stidham, Stidham's the guy who's calling the shots. He's the one who's got to execute this, and so far he's been sharp. And I think conversely, these are a couple of big third downs that Silver Bluff hasn't been able to make a play on defensively.
Take a look at the specs. Did you see that replay as the man gets up and walks off the field?
Looks like that's Malcolm Green, who's also a star player on the basketball team here at Silver Bluff. Is a little shaken up, maybe. It is still pretty humid. It's possible we're going to get some more cases of players cramping up before this one's over.
He was rolling his shoulder. It's the Aiken Regional injury timeout, and he looks like he'll be okay, and I think he'll be returning in the not-so-distant future. All right, Chandler Law Firm first down. Rolling to his left. Stidham looks downfield under pressure. Gets away, hit hard.
Upended.
Right at the line of scrimmage. Think it'll be no gain right at the 19-yard line. Second down and 10.
What was that? I believe Marlo Jones coming in hot on that and just flipped Stidham, took him right out off of his feet as we take a look at the Specs Vision replay here. Stidham's rolling out there.
Hit hard, but he popped right back up. Second and 10. Strom's giving the same look. 3 split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Now going to look to his right, throws it short. I think he was going for Ryan, and Ryan was too high for him.
It was, and Ryan was open, and that pass was wobbling a little bit. I don't know if it just came out funny or was maybe deflected at the line, but was a little off target and could have cost him a shot at least a shorter third down.
So here's a half of a wing T, is a little bit different formation. Gonna look over, do a quick out, gets it to his man, he breaks into the open, gonna pick up big game, and he's in the end zone. That's Nick's. Tyrese Nick scores the touchdown from 19 yards out, and Strom Thurmond's on the board 6-0.
And that was pretty much all Nick right there, where he got a short out at the line of scrimmage and just cut up the middle. And as we look at the Specs Vision replay here, just behind the line of scrimmage even, and just weaves his way right up the middle of the field.
Into the Tyler Tire end zone. Here's the point after try. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And our score, Strom Thurmond 7, Silver Bluff 0. We'll take a break and be back on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Tyrese Stidham on a pass to Nick. The Tyrese Nick turned into a 19-yard touchdown, and that's on the board. And that's a pretty good call, play call. Short pass, not dangerous at all.
Absolutely.
Here's the CMI kickoff. Here's Cole Feld, kicks it away.
That's Miles Corbett.
Corbett caught it on about the 5-yard line.
He may have lost the ball at the end there.
Strom Thurmond says that they have it, and the officials say they indeed do. So Silver Bluff finds themselves behind the 8 ball early as a turnover on the kickoff has set Strom Thurmond up with a 7-0 lead and a short field to get another.
And that's just the type of mistake that Silver Bluff can't afford to make. I mean, it's tough enough for them the way that they're struggling on offense to fall down by a touchdown right off the bat to a quality opponent like Strom Thurmond. But as we see here on the replay, you just can't afford to to turn it over. And yeah, Corbett just had it pulled right out of his hand. And you know, sometimes it's a case of a guy trying to do too much, but he just had it out there a little too overexposed.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Strom with a chance to put some points early on the board. Looks to his left now, going to run it up the middle. Makes some men miss. Gets inside the 10. Looks like he picked up 9. He'll be about a yard short.
A lot of hesitation, a lot of juke in there from Stidham, where I think he wanted to pass. I think it was a design pass, but didn't see an opening right away and made the heady decision to tuck and run, and stepped away from pressure and got a first down, 1st and goal.
Said he got 10 yards to the 6, so 1st and goal. Now throwing. That's going to be a little short, going to be incomplete. Tried to hit Ryan. Ryan dove, tried to make a good catch. It wasn't in the end zone, so it'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 6.
And Stidham, as we've talked about, and I'm sure we will talk about, is a tremendous athlete, shown his great running skill. But I think it might benefit him on these short throws to try to do it from a stationary position rather than being so much on the run.
Fakes the handoff on the jet sweep, steps out of a tackle, runs into the end zone. Strom is on the board again.
But there's a flag on the field. It looks like it might be offensive holding.
Holding is the call. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot. So the points are off the board. Silver Bluff gets a little break.
And that's big. I mean, Silver Bluff, it'd be easy to hang their heads and just let them walk in right now, but there's a long way to go in this game here, and we've seen some things happen. If they can hold them to 3 at the most, you know, this game is not over by any stretch, and Silver Bluff can have a fighting chance.
Walk it back to the 16. 2nd and goal from the 16. Now there's movement, and they may have drawn Silver Bluff off sides. Once they break that line of scrimmage, it's a 5-yard walk-off. So it's offsides against Silver Bluff. So 5 of the yards comes back to the 11.
And again, that might be a little bit of the inexperience showing itself, a little over-aggressiveness trying to make a play.
The rule in high school is if the defense breaks the plane, they're automatically offsides. Now there's some movement by Strom that time. They're coming around the right side and hit hard. No gain, maybe lost a yard. Good tackle. The captain came up and did that for.
That was Taryn Jackson again.
Right. Well, Anthony Reed made the tackle. And they didn't call the movement by Strom Thurmond, so there is no penalty flag. So a loss on the play of a yard, 3rd down and goal from the 12.
And this is a play Silver Bluff has got to make a stop. They can't let him score a touchdown here.
Stidham now looking over the middle, hits Nick, and Nick is in the end zone. Touchdown, another big scoring pass for Stidham. I'm going to get it right yet. And he hits Nick again, and another score, 2 touchdowns, 13-0.
The same exact play as before. He just he put 3 yards on the route instead of catching it at the line, and just once again weaved his way right up the middle for an easy score.
So Cole fell to try the point after. There's some movement in the middle, and flag comes out. That's going to be a procedure penalty against Strom, so a 5-yard walk-off. We'll make it 5 yards harder on the extra point.
Well, we talked about Fell in the pregame. He's a terrifically accurate kicker, but he's been growing into that leg a little bit. So who knows, that doesn't make this quite as automatic.
There's a snap in the hole. Kick is up, and it's good. So Strom Thurmond gets on the board early here in the first quarter, 6:21 left to go in the first. 14-0, Strom leads. We'll be right back.
You can smile.
I love to smile. I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
The Gold's Gym Game of the Week. Strom Thurmond leads 14-0 here early in the first quarter. And let's take a look at the Specs replay of that touchdown.
We see here, it's the same exact route as before. Nick just goes a little bit further downfield, and once again, able to kind of just find a soft spot in the middle of the defense. And when you're working with that short of a field, you can't afford to have any empty spaces.
But you're right, that's exactly the same formation. They just went down on a slot, and he scores the touchdown. So Strom on the opening drive, takes it down the field, scores the first touchdown, then recovers a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and they take that in the final 16 yards, and they go up 14-0 over the home team, Silver Bluff.
Now, Silver Bluff is really kind of in a spot that they did not want to be in, but they have to realize nothing they can do is going to give them 14 points on a single play. They need to stick with their game plan, try to take the air out of the ball a little bit, possess it, move it, hopefully get some points, and then chip their way back into this contest.
The kickoff is sponsored by CMI, Hometown Doctors, helping teams play again. And Cole Fell will have his second kickoff in the last 2 minutes. CMI kickoff is away. This is going to be Miles Corbett again with another opportunity. Goes to his right. He's hit and dropped at the 25-yard line, where the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10.
And we see Brandon Hill coming out to lead the offense. I expect, he's going to be crouched under there, almost the point where we won't be able to see where the center ends and he begins. But it's going to be in that classic Silver Bluff wing tee.
Brandon Hill, the quarterback, already trailing 14-0. This will be their first offensive play of the game, and there's a juggle, but Corbett able to corral it and get it in and actually make a positive gain on the play.
And flirting with disaster again. It's actually not a bad idea to try to use some speed and a little misdirection against Strom Thurmond defense that's probably coming for bear right now. Smelling a little bit of blood, but little errant on the toss to Corbett.
3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. Classic wing T formation. Corbett in motion, handoff to the fullback. He goes on the dive, crosses the 30 to the 32-yard line. Let's pick up 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And looks like a long 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4. And that's a play that Silver Bluff has to run, that they can't be discouraged if it only gets them 2-3 yards, 4 yards a carry, because that's how they're gonna be able to compete in this game.
The wing T formation, famous for knocking them off 3 or 4 yards at a time. Again, Corbett slow in motion this time, takes the handoff, going to try to make that corner. He does. He'll get the 1st down and go out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. So Silver Bluff, on their first possession of the game, gets a 1st down as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Chandler Law Firm, 1st down.
And that's big for Silver Bluff. That give them little doses of confidence. You feel good. You're able to execute what you want to do. Now continue. Now you've got to follow that up with hopefully another positive gain here on this play.
Corbett again, slow in motion. Here's the crisscross play that's famous for the wing T as they dive into the middle. Malik Washington gets the ball, and he's going to get just across the line of scrimmage. We'll give him a yard, 2nd down and 9.
Washington's one of the new guys that they're counting on to help contribute. They lost 2 tremendous ball carriers from last year, in R.J. Stallings and Shaquez Wright, and Washington, along with Anthony Reed, are going to be called on to, if not duplicate, at least try to fill in.
Now trying to get, this is Malik Washington again. He does a good job breaking tackles. Excellent to get back to the line of scrimmage and actually pick up maybe a yard, but showed some strength, stepped out of some tackles.
Absolutely, and that's what they need. They need that fighting spirit. It puts them in a tough spot now where they're 3rd and long, and again, passing the ball has not been their forte. So they want to try to avoid these obvious passing situations where Strom Thurmond might be a little aggressive and try to force something to happen, maybe lead to a turnover.
3rd down, a long 8. And Corbin in motion, going to drop straight back, going to throw over the middle. His man was out there, not a bad looking pass. Threw it a little bit behind him.
It was
incomplete.
behind. Yeah, it was behind him. If Washington had been on the sort of same wavelength, maybe a back shoulder play there, that could have actually turned into a nice gainer. But as it is, it's an incompletion, and now Silver Bluff is going to have to punt, and they're going to need a nice kick to at least win the battle of field position.
I believe D'Angelo Drayton is the kicker. He doesn't get this off very well. That goes off the side of his foot over behind the Silver Bluff bench.
It's going to be about midfield.
I believe that's going to be called a punt of 0 yards as it is marked right at the line of scrimmage. The guy holding the sticks on the other side and the down marker didn't have to move.
2-yard line.
So 1st and 10, going the other way. We've got, well, they looked like they were going to call a referee's water timeout, but nope, they put it in play. Chandler Law Firm 1st down.
And this is where it's incumbent on that Silver Bluff defense to be tough and try to stop them here.
Stidham looks inside, now goes outside. Picked up the man. There goes a flag. I believe that'll be holding behind the play, and it is holding. So they'll walk it back 10 yards. It'll bring up another first down, 1st and 20.
And as
I believe Ryan got out there in front and grabbed a handful of somebody.
As Strom Thurmond walks backwards, got a couple of scores if you're interested.
Well, let's go to the Holly Sideline Tractor Report. No, that's the Holly Tractor Sideline Report, which tonight Noah's in the booth. So go, Noah.
Well, thank you, Ed. As we're looking at it right now, Augusta Christian has scored early, capitalizing on a Fox Creek turnover. They lead 7-0. Rich Spring Minetta hits a field goal. They lead Wagner 3-0. And after 1 quarter of play, it is scoreless in Barnwell between Barnwell and Wilson Elko.
All right, 1st and 20. Thank you, Noah. There's a little high pass tip drill, a chance maybe for an interception, tipped away. Number 10, Paget Sumner.
Sumner was wide open on that play. That pass was a little more on target as we look at the Specs Vision replay. Just a little high, and then that tip gave Silver Bluff a chance to maybe try and get a turnover and switch momentum.
2nd down and 20. Big for Silver Bluff to see if they can force a punt here. Looks to his left now under pressure, and he's hit. And one of the guys, big number 6, Davis, back there and wrapped him up.
Tremendous pressure all around, kind of just collapsed the pocket on Stidham. Didn't let him use his athleticism to escape. And then we saw Davis, as he called, just wrap him up and take him down.
Loss of 4, 3rd down and 24.
I'd expect maybe Strom Thurmond tries something short here and hope to catch Silver Bluff defense playing deep.
They're going to hand off, send a man. This is Chin. Chin brought down. He gets a pretty good gain,
About
but
to
he's
the
gonna be
original line of scrimmage.
well short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down and 11. And let's see what Strom does. They're going to send the punting unit out here, and the punting unit probably needs practice too.
And it's a smart move that, you know, worst case scenario here with the punt should pin Silver Bluff back deep versus if they got a little over aggressive and don't convert, give Silver Bluff a much shorter field to work with.
Goldfell awaits the snap. Perfect snap. The kick is away. End over end. Still going to be, well, it takes a Silver Bluff bounce and bounces back outside the 30-yard line. So that punt.
It's about 10 yards.
About 10 yards. It's a little bit better than the 0-yard punt, but
it was a punt for a first down. And last time it was for no gain and the sticks didn't move. This time, just switch the end of the sticks where.
I think it was by design. Cole was trying to get that up and let it roll down, and it rolled the wrong way. That happens.
It does, and as we mentioned before, that he's one of the most accurate kickers we have in the area, but he doesn't. Last year, at least, he didn't show as much power as some of the other guys. He's growing into that, and on a touch play like that.
So Chandler Law Firm first down the 32-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Hit hard, stacked up right at the 35. We'll give him a couple yards. Call it 2nd down and 8.
And that, you know, again, you hate to beat a dead horse, but you know, that's the way that those are the types of plays that Silver Bluff needs to run, and they need to execute. You'd hope for maybe a yard or two more on each of them, but get that positive yardage. Just sort of try to get a snowball into eventually an avalanche.
Clock winds down. About a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Now under pressure, Hill throws it and makes a nice throw and catch. And that's Malik Washington making the catch and that was at the 47-yard line.
And that was similar to the one they failed to execute on the last drive where, as we look at the specs replay, it's a pass to Washington over the middle of the field, and it's a little bit behind him again, but he makes a tremendous athletic play to jump and twist in the air and makes a fine catch for a first down.
So the ball gets out to the 47-yard line. That was a pickup of, we'll call it 12 yards. So biggest gain of the night for the Silver Bluff offense, their second. Chandler Law Firm first down. Here's Corbett, can't get outside, turns it back inside, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be no gain, 2nd down and 10 coming up. And that time containment, very good for Strom Thurmond.
And that's been the challenge for Silver Bluff at this early stage of the season, is getting Corbett loose on the edge. Where he's able to turn the corner and do some damage. They've struggled with that consistently, as that looks like it's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Silver Bluff's going to be content to let the clock run out. So we'll have 1 quarter in the book here at the Gold's Gym Game of the Week at Silver Bluff High School. The score, the visitors from Strom Thurmond lead Silver Bluff 14-0. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
We return to Petticoat Junction, where Strom Thurmond leads Silver Bluff 14-0 on our Security Federal scoreboard. Don't forget, for all your tailgating supplies, the ultimate tailgating place to go, Unique Expressions in the Whiskey Road Mitchell Shopping Center, right there on Whiskey Road. Go by and check out all the great college apparel, and I would call it doodads.
Yeah, kind of a fan's dream. You know, you have all those little things that you want to get to help you show out for the game and during the week after a nice win.
Whether you're a Clemson fan, Georgia fan, Carolina fan, even they got odds and ends from all kinds of schools. Go by Unique Expression for your ultimate tailgate supplies. All right, 2nd down and 9, and this is Malik Washington, and he tries to turn the corner. He's not going to do it. He's going to lose a yard.
And the ball at the end after the whistle had blown. But, you know, that's 2 plays for a loss of a yard now for Silver Bluff. And, you know, they're trying, but it's going to be a challenge. And part of that challenge is as we look in the middle of the field, you can see big number 74, Chad Stevens. He fills more than one gap as the nose guard for the Rebels. That he's just so big and strong and quick for a big guy that he can shut down a lot of inside runs all by his own.
3rd down and 11. Ball spotted just over the 45-yard line. Wing T, Corbett comes in motion. Going to drop straight back, going to throw over the middle. Has a man down there. Good defense as Strom came up and played that tough in the middle. Looked like number 7. No, they don't have a number 7. So, well, it's number 7 is Malik Nicholson. Yes, they do.
But Hill was looking for Green that time, and Green actually was open momentarily, but there was a little too much loft under that, and as you astutely point out, number 7 comes up, and he had a better shot at actually coming away with it at the end of the play.
So 4th down, and Silver Bluff will punt it away. Good snap. Drayton's punt this time much better than the first. Drives them back inside the 20, all the way back to the 10-yard line. This is Ryan. He gets to the corner, turns, and he's dragged down before he can go the distance, but he gets a nice return. There's a flag.
And there's a flag on the play, which could, I think, boost Strom Thurmond a little bit. Might have been a late hit out of bounds.
Well, this is a little bit out on the field. Let's see. It's at the 40. Went out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And it's a legal push in the back against Strom Thurmond. So it'll be a 10-yard walk-off against the Rebels. So a little less better field position at the 29-yard line now.
But that hasn't hurt them. That doesn't hurt them quite as much as it would a Silver Bluff. Obviously, with a 14-0 lead, they can play it how they want to at this point. But they've shown the ability and the versatility to be able to pick up first downs, to move the ball.
All right, we've got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
We got a couple scores.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Chandler Law Firm first down coming up for Strom Thurmond as Silver Bluff takes a timeout. We've also got a Holly Tractor sideline report. Go Noah.
Thank you, Ed. Augusta Christian pulls away a little bit more from Fox Creek. They lead 14-0. Midland Valley gets first blood. They lead South Aiken 7-0. Williston Elko also takes an early lead. They lead Barnwell 7-0. And Rich Spring Minetta still holds a 3-0 lead over Wagner Sally after the first quarter.
Thank you, Noah. The Holly Tractor sideline report from the booth tonight as Kenny Brace is on assignment. All right, Stidden goes over the 35 to the 47-yard line. Good pickup.
And those are the designed runs that they have in mind for him in this offense, to let him use his speed. He might be as fast as any player on the field. So get him free, get him in some open space, and try to show off a little bit.
Gain of 8 yards, 2nd down 2. Quickly out, almost knocked down. Good defense out there, going to lose yardage as Silver Bluff up to that one. Going to drop him back, make it a loss of 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
And we see that throughout, Strom Thurmond has been trying to test those edges, and I think they've really had more success tonight going up the middle, be it on the run or the passes we've seen on both those touchdowns, that there might be a little soft spot behind the Silver Bluff linebackers.
Snap, just throw outside, and that's incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. So Silver Bluff stops Strom Thurmond twice in a row and brings up a punting situation again.
And this is a little bit more of what we expected from them, that they're a very good defense. They have good size, decent speed. They can compete with Strom Thurmond in this aspect all night long. It's just a matter of if they make the right reads, the proper reads on defense.
All right, this time Colfell, I'm sure, will just kick away. Malcolm Green deep to receive for Silver Bluff. Oh, it goes over his head, rolls inside the 10. He turns around, not going to have time, going to run. Now he kicks it away. Excellent job getting rid of it. Now the ball comes down. That could have hit somebody for Silver Bluff. And it does. And now Strom Thurmond going to recover it. Oh, gracious.
That's
a killer.
Yeah, that's not one that the coaches for either team are going to want to particularly look at last week. But a credit to Colfell for not just giving up on the play. Usually, the coaches will tell you in that situation, teams are screaming fire because the ball's loose. Just fall on it or kick it out of the back of the end zone. But as we see here on the Specs replay, he kept rolling out, got away, a really good kick actually with a tremendous bounce, and then here at the end, it's just that's just a brain freeze by Silver Bluff's.
That was Anthony Reed. Who's a captain.
Kenny Lamar, actually, I believe, is who was on that play, and just.
He just lost himself in the blocking assignment. He's supposed to be blocking. Almost hit him on the way down.
It did.
And then it just kept sitting there until he ran into it. So big break for Strom. Already with a 14-0 lead, and they get their man over the middle, and that's going to be down to the 11-yard line. Sumner makes the big catch.
And again, over the middle, they're finding some soft open area there over the middle, and credit to Coach Hillary for smelling blood there a little bit, getting that turnover, feeling momentum on his side, and trying to strike.
So Strom quickly down the field, ball marked at the 12-yard line. It's Chandler Law Firm first down, looking for the Tyler Tire end zone. Handoff on the dive play, goes to the 10, crosses to the 9, pick up a 3, bring up 2nd down and 7.
And this is, it's pretty much whatever Strom Thurmond wants to do at this spot. I would not be surprised, though, to see a pass to on an inside slant to Tyrese Nick, though, as we've seen early in the first quarter.
Shotgun formation, man in motion. Fakes the handoff, keeps Stidham up the middle, breaks a 3 into the end zone, touchdown. Strom Thurmond quickly on the turnover. They put it in the end zone, 20-0. Our score, Strom over Silver Bluff.
And that's a play we've seen a lot from Strom Thurmond over the past 2 years with Javier Hammond, where he would fake that inside handoff and just take it himself. And we see here Stidham's fighting to stay on his feet, and he's able to make it in the back of the end zone. And that's right, catch your breath while your teammates come pick you up.
You're right, that's a classic Strom Thurmond play from over the years. Fake the handoff and run straight up the middle. Colfell's kick is a good one. So facing disaster with the snap over Colfell's head, the punter, he's able to pick it up, find room, punt it, hit a man on the fly. Strom Thurmond recovers it. 3 plays later, they're in the end zone, and they lead 21-0 here on the Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
Our kickoff is sponsored by CMI. Hometown doctors helping teams play again. A lot of the CMI doctors you'll see on the sidelines helping out teams. Make sure the kids aren't hurt. All right, the CMI kickoff fielded at the 10, fumbled a little bit, but picked up and proceeds out to just about the 20-yard line, where it'll bring up a Chandler Law Firm first down for Silver Bluff.
And Silver Bluff really needs to tighten up their execution on special teams. We've seen it now. On that play, they bobbled the return. There's been 2 other times that fellow has come out to kick the ball away, and has ended up giving it right back to Strom Thurmond's offense because of fumbles and miscues by the Silver Bluff return team.
Yeah, the opening kickoff, after the opening score, Strom Thurmond kicked off and it was fumbled by Silver Bluff. Recovering a quick score, made it 14-0. Now, Hill under pressure, throws it away, throws it out of bounds. Probably a good decision there.
Dangerous pass, though. He's falling opposite of his body, and he's just kind of dangling that ball out there like it was a lot smaller than it actually is, and just kind of flicked it. And if Strom Thurmond had been up pressing a little bit more, that could have been easily picked off and walked into the end zone for a touchdown.
2nd down and 10. Corbett in motion, handoff. Fights hard, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 5,
going to bring up 3rd and 10.
On the carry, no gain on the play.
And these, this just becomes kind of no-win situations for Silver Bluff. They expect to be a playoff team, that they want to try to make a run in region, and in order to be able to do that, they're going to have to throw the ball. So we get to this point, it's a matter of executing under pressure.
So 3rd and 10, Silver Bluff needs a big play to keep the drive going. Comes up the middle, fights hard, crosses the 25 to 27-yard line, picks up 7. Still going to be short of a first down, and it looks like it'll bring up 4th and 3 and out for the Bulldogs.
Looks like the punt team is coming back on, which the prudent move this far in your own territory.
D'Angelo Drayton is the punter.
And we've seen the best of D'Angelo Drayton on that last punt, and the worst of him on his first attempt.
Little low snap, handles it. Now a low line drive, fielded, and they're going to say that he took a knee. Ryan, that was a quick whistle. I'm not sure that he did take a knee, but nonetheless, whistle was blown quickly at the 38-yard line, where Strom Thurmond will take over 1st and 10. And there is a flag on the field.
Looks like the officials.
No, I think they're just going to take a water. It's a water timeout. Let's take a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
Since 1948, Holley Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holley is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holley is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holley Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. Bragg Heating Company keeping you comfortable since 1970, and our sponsors of timeouts in the Gold's Gym Game of the Week. 21-0, Strom Thurmond leads.
Haven't seen a whole lot of that power running game from Strom Thurmond, obviously without Chad Gilchrist there, but as I say that, they feed the ball to Deion Chin, and he's a guy who Coach Hillary raved about in the offseason, that he really was excited about what he would bring, that he's a little bit smaller height-wise than Chad, but plays a very similar style, very thick through the shoulders, very powerful runner.
Ooh. That was Davis that almost got his hand on the ball. Nice play for Ryan to catch it and get down the field and pick up another Chandler Law Firm first down right at midfield.
And calling Ryan's name a whole lot tonight. He's been active both running those short routes and also even getting a carry or two here and there and returning kicks as well.
And for those of you joining us late, Chad Gilchrist is on the sidelines. He's got his jersey on, but no pads, so I don't think we're going to be seeing him tonight. Quick pass, nice throw, nice catch that time by number 3, Nigel Corbett. Oh, Jacob Cook. Got the rosters flipped.
But you're absolutely right. Now it looks like Strom's almost going to their 2-minute offense here, trying to ensure that they get good field position as they try to get some more points on before halftime.
5:20 left to go here in the second quarter, so a little early for the 2-minute offense, but if it works. 2 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. There's the read option, and he goes to Chin, and Deion Chin gets down the field, picks up the first down all the way down to the 20, moves inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Another Chandler Law Firm first down.
And, to be fair, Silver Bluff has played pretty well on defense in this game, but Strom Thurmond is using their versatility right now to march down the field.
Quick end to Ryan. Ryan again inside the 10. Probably another 10-yard pickup to the 7, 11 yards. It'll bring up another Chandler Law Firm first down, first and goal for the Rebels. Well, they're going to mark him just short. Nope, they don't. They just took their time on the chain. So, first and goal. Three split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Chin in the backfield next to Stidham.
And this just might be his series where they want to feed him and let him get in the end zone.
Now he keeps, looks to get to the end zone, going to come up just short at the goal line. Dragged down, brings up second and goal from the half-yard line.
Stopped on the play by number 52, Marlo Jones. That'll make it second and goal.
If you're Silver Bluff right now, you kind of have to feel like your head is spinning. There's just so much happening so fast, and it seems to be all working against you.
Sort of a power formation there. Jet sweep. Ooh, gets kicked up in the air, but into the end zone. Touchdown. Strom Thurmond, 27-0. It looked like a hard hit, but he reached into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's right, as we talk about all the time. Just needs to cross the plane as we look here on the Beck's Vision replay.
Number 8, DeAndre Ryan.
That's DeAndre Ryan again, showing his versatility.
So DeAndre Ryan takes it in for the final yard. 27-0. Cole fell on to try the point after try. He's perfect on the night. A perfect 3 for 3. This one's up, and it's good. 28-0. The Rebels out of Edgefield County. Strom Thurmond leads Silver Bluff 28-0. We'll take a break and be back to wrap up the first half, and we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and My 12.
Two and a half years ago, we had our first child at Aiken Regional. When our second child was on the way, we knew we wanted to go back to women's life care. But this time it got complicated. At 25 weeks pregnant, I had to have my gallbladder removed. I would have been terrified, but Dr. Minto and the staff were so caring. When you trust your hospital this much, there's really no reason to go anywhere else. I should know. I was born there too.
Another kickoff for Strom Thurmond. This will be their fourth of the first half, sponsored by CMI. And here comes the CMI kickoff. This one going to come up a little short. Hop, picked up. This is Washington trying to get away. Got him by the shirt. And that one never got started for Silver Bluff. All right, let's go down to Noah for the Holly Tractor sideline report. Go, Noah.
Thank you, Ed. Augusta Christian continues to lead Fox Creek 14-0. Midland Valley still 7, South Aiken 0. Williston Elko 7, Barnwell 0. Rich Spring Minetta leads Wagner Sally 10-6. In a couple games across the river, West Side 7, Laney 6, and Griffith leading Burke County 14-0.
Bonus scores as we get in all the scores from around the area. All right, Silver Bluff with 3 minutes left to go until halftime. We'll try to get something started here. Here comes Miles Corbett trying to make the corner. Gets to the edge and is hit hard as he turns.
He didn't turn. He started to make that body shift, but got sent back. I believe that was number 33, maybe Montrez Coleman.
Maybe. Whoever it was came up and stuck him. He did pick up a yard. 2nd down and 9.
What we haven't really seen so far is Hill attempting to run the ball too much. Not really sure what kind of athlete he is, but if he could run, that would give this offense just a touch more versatility.
Now what's happening here? As that was number Corbett trying to get downfield. You've got Strom playing up strong on the run. They're not respecting the pass at all.
And as well they shouldn't. We've seen that, Hill's been off target on all his passes. He's completed one for some yards, but, it's a little shaky.
All right, we've got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest in contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902.
They scout both these teams.
Strom Thurmond takes one of their timeouts. Obviously, they'd like to get the ball back. They remember the game from a few years ago that we fondly remember. I don't think they fondly remember it at all with that comeback by Silver Bluff. So they're going to see if they can salt this one. 3rd down, 10 yards. Handoff up the middle on the dive play. And Strom going to use another timeout. We'll keep it right here. And again, that's Strom at this point saying, let's get the ball back. We've got time. It's 1:46 left to go here in the first half. They want to put some points on the board. And we talked about it in the open and people joining us late. There's a memorable game where Strom Thurmond was just about this dominant in the first half and into the 3rd quarter. Wasn't quite this far behind, I don't believe.
No, it was. That's the big difference. The scenario is similar, but that was a pretty polished Silver Bluff team with a good mix of veterans and younger contributors, and it was a surprise that they were sort of being manhandled at this point.
But one of the things I do remember in that game was the feeling that Strom let off the gas in the 3rd quarter, that they had it well in hand, and when they let up on the gas, it was a turnover or something that led to a Silver Bluff touchdown, and the next thing you know, the momentum had swung, and here comes Silver Bluff.
And since then, to Strom Thurmond's credit, that they try to put these games out of reach in the first half. They will go for the jugular and try to build just an insurmountable lead and let it sort of get salted away in the second half and try to play some of their reserves.
And they've got a pretty young football team. They're playing for confidence as well. So here's the snap and the punt. Gets it away. Another low-line drive. Going to hop at the 50. Going to back off, which was probably pretty smart. Just into Rebel territory at the 49-yard line, where it'll be a Chandler Law Firm first down for Strom Thurmond.
And of note, I believe that Strom used 2 of their timeouts on that drive, so they should have 1 remaining. But with 1:37 to go, it's imperative to them to try to push the ball to the edges of the field and get some first downs as they move it to stop the clock and reset.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the football and throwing it over the middle and picking up big yardage, 20 yards at a time. So let's see if they do that again. They come out with an empty backfield, shotgun formation, Stidham by himself. 3 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Takes the snap, looks over to his right, throws it over the middle, catches his man. He's going to pass the 30 to 25, 24 as he's knocked down at the 24-yard line. That'll stop the clock for the first down.
That's DeAndre Ryan again. That obviously Stidham feels a good connection with him. Ryan is a veteran player who did see some time on the offense as a receiver last year, and he's got a good bond going with his quarterback.
27 yards on that play, and there's
same
play. This one's going to go inside the 5 down to the goal line. They're going to mark him just short. And that picked up another 23 yards. And it'll bring up Chandler Law Firm first and goal from the 1. 1:08 left to go. That was pretty efficient.
That was very efficient. It was 19 seconds to move about 50 yards.
I suppose the only thing that'd be more efficient is to run a little bit of the clock out here before they score. I think they'll just take quarterback it. Sneak. Stidham is in. Touchdown. 34-0. Strom over Silver Bluff.
Number 2, Tyree.
Now this is a proud Silver Bluff program, and Coach Lown, I'm sure, will have some words for his team about toughening up, and you got to get out there and play the ball game.
Yeah, I know that he and his assistants have tried to take a patient approach with this group. As we see Feld come on for the extra point try.
It's up and good. 5 for 5. 35-0 our score. And what do you think he's going to say at halftime?
It's hard to tell if he's going to reach a breaking point and vent some frustration. But I really wouldn't expect that. I know he's made a concerted effort to try to pat these guys on the back more than sort of smash their noses in when they make a mistake. And I think, few words can say a lot, and just looking at that scoreboard, that tells you all, that a player should need to know about what's not going well for Silver Bluff.
I think that he understands his situation, but at the same time, some of the mistakes have got to upset him, especially the turnovers on special teams.
And just the soft play of the secondary that we saw on that drive, that Strom Thurmond moved the ball 50 yards, 2 passes, 19 seconds. I understand they're a very good team, and Ryan's very talented, but
CMI kickoff. Drives this one back toward the end zone, right at the 1-yard line. Turns it upfield. Tries to make a man miss. Does Malik Washington. He is dragged down as he makes the 24-yard line. 23-yard return.
24-yard gain.
And it'll bring up Chandler Law Firm first down at the 24.
And, Silver Bluff is going to try to do something here, but they need to be careful just to not make this any worse.
Now they put the clock in motion, and my guess is Silver Bluff will go in and talk this over and try to come up with a plan for the second half. You certainly don't have big play potential to throw it down the field. They just take the dive play, gains a yard.
Number 2, D'Angelo Drayton.
And that'll probably be the last play of the first half as the clock winds down underneath 10 seconds. And Coach tells his team to not worry about it. We'll go talk about it. So the final seconds tick off. And we take a look at the Security Federal scoreboard and our score. Strom Thurmond 35, Silver Bluff nothing. And it's just been all Strom Thurmond in the first half.
It has been, and you know, we've talked a little bit here about what Silver Bluff has done wrong, but we also need to pay attention to what Strom Thurmond is doing well. That they're taking advantage of what Silver Bluff has given them. That they know where the strength of the Silver Bluff defense is, and they've certainly found a weakness over the middle, and they've been feeding. At first it was Nick in the first quarter with 2 touchdowns, and since then it's been a lot of DeAndre Ryan.
It's halftime here at Petticoat Junction. We'll take a break, and we'll come back, and we'll be entertained by the Silver Bluff Marching Band when we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
October the 10th with a dessert competition.
One evening we were sitting around the table. My 4-year-old stood up in his chair and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great. Until he said, "I want to be nice and big and fat." It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I took the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
You can smile.
I love to smile. I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
It's halftime, and the Security Federal Bank scoreboard tells us the score. It's all Strom Thurmond here tonight at Petticoat Junction as they lead Silver Bluff 35-0. The Rebels are definitely running tonight on the Bulldogs.
And running is a key word. I think that's one of 2 things we can look for here in the second half. One would be a running clock. I know that Coach Lown is a proud coach and doesn't want to sort of ever wave the white flag, but I think that this is a situation where he might see the writing on the scoreboard and choose to go with a running clock. And also,
that would be I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see if he does that immediately or if he waits and sees how it goes. They're going to get the ball first, Will Silver Bluff, and I'm sure they'll see what kind of strategy they can come up with. Their offense They're running the wing T. Strom is just coming up so strong, and the passing, if they can't pass, it's going to be awfully tough to run. And they've thrown a couple of good passes, and they've completed them and got them downfield, but it just hadn't been consistent.
And the thing is, we've talked about Hill with his consistency, and that certainly is an issue. But it's also an issue, the play of the offensive line. That that's the key to this running game. That's why it's worked so well in the past, and why they're struggling a bit tonight. If even if they've been one-dimensional in the past, and they've still found a way to win. Right now, they're not, because they're not getting a lot of push on. Out of that offensive line. They're not closing off the ends. But I think the thing that they need to also look for in the second half is just pretend it's 0-0 and try to build from there.
Absolutely. All right, it's halftime, 35-0. Strom Thurmond leads, but we're going to be entertained by the Silver Bluff High School Marching Band. Let's give a listen. Got a new press box. I just stepped outside for a little while, and it is very nice outside. You would not know that from sitting here in the heat boxes that we get to sit in.
It's it is a little humid in here, but I will say it's the air seems to be circulating a little bit better than it has the past couple weeks.
No, it is definitely better than the closed air metal box at Aiken High School. That, again, it's my alma mater. I can complain about it. It's okay. It is hot in that press box, even with an air conditioner. And I don't believe we've got an air conditioner. They may have one over there shut up. The radio crew from WKSX is here covering Rebel football, which they always do, and they do a fine job.
We'll see them next week as well.
We'll be up there in their booth, and it's new, and I do believe they have air conditioning up there. I look forward to that.
But the way we're trending a little bit here, we might actually not need it next week as it gets darker a little bit earlier, cuts that heat a little bit and makes it just that much nicer out there, as you mentioned. It's a little bit of that cross breeze too. It's beautiful. After
the last couple of weeks, and the football game in Columbia last week, and the 2 Aiken High School games. This is a breeze compared to those two. That was nice. All right, again, our score 35-0 here at halftime. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and get ready for the second half CMI kickoff when we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
1948, Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Sarah found me on the bathroom floor unconscious. I had a total blockage heart attack and an anoxic brain injury. Aiken Regional treated me with love and compassion and treated my family the same way. Thanks to them, we're living an awfully good life.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest and contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902. Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi Ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Back, it's halftime here at Silver Bluff High School. We're playing at the Bluff. 35-0 Strom Thurmond leads as the teams make their way back out onto the field to loosen up before the beginning of the second half. And before we get all to that, let's go down to the sidelines for a Holly Tractor sideline report. Why don't we just stay right here in the booth with Noah Fight?
Ed, I don't know if you can see me right now, but I'm waving to you.
Hey, hey, Noah.
Yeah, I've got a couple scores for you with the Holly Tractor sideline report. Ridge Spring Minetta is leading Wagner Sally 17-6 at the half. Williston Elko, a little surprising that, not that they're leading Barnwell, but that it's only 7-0 at the half. I think, expected to see maybe a little more offensive punch from Barnwell, who I think had 40-plus last week. Midland Valley is leading South Aiken 14-0 at the half. I believe Daniel Carr's got a couple touchdowns there. Heard that Dre Carr had a fumble earlier that cost Midland Valley probably another touchdown. That's going to be an issue for them. He can't afford to put it on the ground. And in our other regional game, Augusta Christian continues to stretch it out on Fox Creek. They lead 21-0 at the half.
Yeah, and that Midland Valley, sounds like Midland Valley, even with the fumble, has maybe cured some of the problems they had last week when they were having a problem with the center exchange.
It could be, and I think a big difference is the offense that their opponent has going against them this week. Last week when they made a mistake against North Augusta, they gave North Augusta a lot of short fields, and North Augusta, even though they had a lot of mistakes and turned the ball over themselves, they were able to capitalize, that they just have too much firepower and too much polish. South Aiken seems to be going in the opposite direction. It sounds like that they're just not in sync offensively right now. That you know, that they have talented running backs, but Midland Valley knows that, and they're trying to bottle them up. And the passing game from South Aiken is a timing passing attack, and it's out of sync right now. But 14-0 is by no means end of the ball game.
No, it's a lot closer than 35 to nothing.
If you were going to say a lopsided score.
If we were going to give a score that was lopsided, which 35 to nothing is our score here at the halftime. And for those of you wondering why is it funny that Noah's sitting beside me, Ken Brace, our usual in the booth analyst, is. We've saying he's on assignment. He's getting a well-needed vacation. He's an older guy. He needs to get away and relax and have some fun. So he's off to Florida with family, and he will return next week when we travel to Strom Thurmond, and we'll see the Midland Valley team that we were talking about that leads 14-0 over South Aiken at half. We'll get our first look at them this season.
And I don't think that there's any team in the area that there's as much quite excitement about in the offseason as Midland Valley, just because of what they had coming back, that they had, you know, some budding stars. And you know, I've heard Coach Knight say it a few times that he thinks Daniel Carr, his quarterback, is the best player in the area. And it's hard to argue with him that when, you know, he had I think about 70 rushing yards last week, and that's with losing about 60 because of bad snaps. So his ability to run, his ability to make plays on the fly and still throw the ball makes him certainly, if not the best, the most exciting.
Well, and he's got quite an arm for all the running capability. And I remember last year, it was probably here. We saw him throw it 60 yards in the air, and he has a cannon. And again, we like to say that they have a 3-car garage with their 3 cars, the cousins that play there, and all of them play a big role, and they're all very good, along with their Brown car.
Yes, and there's multiple Browns. Cameron's got a younger brother who's slowly emerging as a player on that team as well. But the one thing that they've got to be a little concerned about is Dre Carr, who is the first. He started playing. He's a senior now. Started playing as a freshman. He's been having some issues fumbling the ball this season, and has again tonight. He turned one over in the red zone, and he's got to be careful if he keeps doing that. You know, his younger brother Draquan might get a few more of his carries.
They got some big boys on Midland Valley too. They're 3A, and we expect for them to challenge in 3A for that division. And next week's matchup with Strom Thurmond should be very, very good. We've already had Strom against Aiken of 17-10 in a good showdown. We expect to have the same next week.
And you mentioned Aiken. I think it's worth noting, maybe just you know, how good they look out of this game. That they really held that Strom offense under wraps, and we've seen that when Strom gets loose a little bit here, they can turn a short play into, you know, from 6 yards to 13 yards, and from 13 yards to 30 yards. So it's a credit to what Aiken has been able to do and the growth and improvement they've shown.
All right. Halftime is over. We're ready to begin the second half, and our second half kickoff brought to you by CMI, Hometown Doctors, helping teams and you play again. Cole Fell to kick away, and the CMI kickoff is in the air, head down toward the 10-yard line, goes over the Silver Bluff receiver's head, picked up, and now bringing it up the field, getting back to around the 15-yard line, and Silver Bluff's troubles on special teams continues.
Yeah, and that was Washington who ended up fielding it. But a little, you mentioned the struggles. It looks like they've changed out Miles Corbett with Tyler Wooten, and Wooten let it right go over his shoulder through his arms, and Lucky that he had Washington back there to help him avert terrible field position.
Silver Bluff fumbled their first kickoff right back to Strom Thurmond after the first score. So that's the kind of night it's been for Silver Bluff. All right, now here's a complete pass, and this is going to be for good yardage. It'll pick up 13 yards, get all the way out to the 30-yard line, and it'll be a Chandler Law from first down. And as we said at halftime, if Silver Bluff wants to move the ball, they're going to have to throw it a little bit to loosen up that defense.
And that's a good play. Rather than having Hill drop back in a more classic passing situation, he gets a quick out to Kenny Lamar on the right flat there. Gets rid of the ball quickly, gets rid of it on target, and lets his receiver try to take advantage of some open space.
The officials blow a whistle. There's a piece of errant equipment on the field, I suppose. Back to the game. Here's a dive, and that loosened up Strom Thurmond a little bit, and hard running. I have a feeling that Al Lown probably made one of those speeches about who wants to play, who wants to be a Bulldog. If you don't want to be one, just stay in the locker room. If you want to play, meet me out here on the sideline.
And they came out, and in the pre-half huddle, they showed good energy, and they're showing some good execution right now. And as I mentioned at halftime, they've just got to start from scratch. That they got to throw this game out and take advantage of the opportunities they have to play for real right now.
Second down and 1, a 9-yard gain on that play. This will pick up another first down. Splits inside. That's Miles Corbett, and that's his best run of the evening. He's going to pick up 10 yards and another Silver Bluff Chandler Law Firm first down.
And while Silver Bluff is sharp, it is only human for a team that's in Strom's position maybe to take a little letdown with such a big lead at the half, and maybe not quite the same intensity to start this half, but this should be their wake-up call.
Don't forget to stay tuned at the end of the game for the Center for Dentistry MVP. Here comes a long pass. He's got a man out there. He hits him. He's got it. It's going to be inside the 10-yard line, and that will definitely spread the defense out a little bit. That's obviously Silver Bluff's biggest play of the evening.
Kevin Perry on the reception. Haven't heard a whole lot about Kevin coming into this game. Looks like one of the he's a junior, a little slighter guy, but runs a good route, gets open, and Hill throws a nice deep ball.
Respect Vision, did you see that play? Replay. First and goal at the 8-yard line. A little misdirection, knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, lost a yard, back to the 9. Second and goal. So this is Silver Bluff's deepest penetration of the game, and you know that they want to put some points on the board here tonight.
Absolutely. We talk about it. They're a proud team. Now, Coach Lown didn't get 200 wins by just taking them on the chin, and
saying that's okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, loss was to the 10-yard line. Second and goal from the 10. Drops back to pass, rolls to his right, throws into coverage, bounces away, almost picked off and almost caught for a touchdown.
He was looking for Perry again on that one, and tempted the fates, and nearly was rewarded for it. As we look at the Specs Vision replay here, Hill rolls out and tries to thread the needle, and somehow actually does, in spite of a tip by Malik Nicholson on Strom Thurmond.
So third and goal from the 10. Silver Bluff looking for something positive here in this ball game, trailing 35-0. Rolls to his right, under pressure, falling backwards, throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
And that was a screenplay that did not work. That first wave actually got through and was able to disrupt Hill enough, and the second wave had it sniffed out, and there was nowhere to go.
So it'll bring up fourth and goal from the 10, and the offense will stay on the field, see if they can figure out a way to pick up these final 10 yards and put some points on the board.
You hate the phrase moral victory, but you know, that's what, you know, Silver Bluff has to aim for.
Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Bragg Heating Company timeout, keeping you comfortable since 1970. Silver Bluff looking for the Tyler Tire end zone. 4th and goal. They've talked about it on the sidelines. I think that was a good time to take a timeout. You'd like to see something positive here. No need to hold your timeouts till later. So they're ready. Got everybody in tight. Stop him, looking back to the left on the wide side, throws it up.
Intercepted.
Intercepted in the end zone. He's going to try to bring it out. Gets across the 20. Going to get across the 30 to the 33-yard line, and that's number 4, Kyle Hill. And Hill probably will be fussed at for bringing it out, but he made a positive run.
Yeah, he's probably excited to get his hands on the ball as we look at the Specs Vision replay here. As it was design play, sort of try to catch everyone looking at the right side of the field, but Hill didn't bite and just caught it over his shoulders, then worked his way out for about 35 yards.
So here comes Strom Thurmond, their first series of the second half. And Deion Chin, who we saw get the first carry of the game, gets the first carry for Strom Thurmond in this second half. Pickup of a yard, 2nd down and a 9.
And you mentioned in the first half that we've talked a lot about Silver Bluff being a young team, but so in the large part is Strom Thurmond. And, you know, this is important time for them, too, to learn, you know, when it's live reps and be able to execute how they want to.
Rolls out, hits his man,
I believe that's
came
Nick
back
again
for the ball and gets it to the 45-yard line. And between Tyrese Nick and Ryan, they've had a busy night.
And credit to Tyrese Stidham that he's, you know, not every pass has been beautiful, but for the most part, he's been on target and finding his men and find them in position where they can do a little running afterwards as well.
Chandler Law Firm first down. Handoff. And finding some room, this Chin turns inside across the 40 to the 37-yard line. That's going to bring up another Chandler Law Firm first down as they'll move the chains. Pickup of 17 yards.
And Chin shows, you know, a full repertoire of running there where he gets the ball, looks up the middle first, bounces it outside, shows good discipline and vision. He's got a blocker, stays behind him, and then at the end shows his toughness.
Chin again. It's the middle.
Number 5, Deion Chin.
And he's knocked down for maybe a yard gain.
Gain of 3 yards. Stopped on the
They'll say he gained 2. 2nd down and 8.
That'll make it 2nd down and 7.
Clock winds, 5:45 left to go in the third quarter. Quick out. Again, Davis is going to knock one of those sooner or later, but unfortunately for Silver Bluff, he doesn't hit it, and it ends up being another big play for Strom Thurmond as it passes the 20-yard line. Another Chandler first down.
It was a little bit of a risky pass, you know, those long arms coming forward, but gets through and it gets to the right man. Ryan has been the jack of all trades for Strom Thurmond tonight and gets another first down.
Davis is a very good-looking football player, still young. There's a tackle at the 11-yard line.
That was the rare carry by Jaquan Edwards. He's a freshman whose primary position is listed as inside linebacker.
Brody Allen made the tackle.
Number 48, Brody Allen, to make 2nd down and 4.
Now, quick handoff, tripped over an offensive lineman's feet, I do believe.
I believe you are correct. Yeah, his foot went out from under him and he went down. And that's the difference between a talented young athlete versus a little bit more polished ball carrier, able to hold his balance and equilibrium.
So he goes out. Ryan comes in the slot. Chin beside Stidham. Going to roll to his left, going to look to run. Finds a blocker, gets inside, gets a good hole, and gets down inside the 5. Going to bring up 1st and goal. And Strom looks to put this one well away.
Yeah, it's feels like deja vu that they're just meticulously, finding gobs of yards here and there and getting to 1st and goal.
And I believe that Silver Bluff's going to call a timeout. There's a timeout, a Bragg Heating Company timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
One evening we were sitting around the table. My 4-year-old stood up in his chair and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great. Until he said, "I want to be nice and big and fat." It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I took the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12. Security Federal scoreboard says 35-0 Strom Thurmond over Silver Bluff as they threaten to put more points on the board. It'll bring up 1st and goal. Ball inside the 5-yard line.
And we've seen them go multiple play options from this position here, where we've seen Stidham run it, we've seen him feed it to Chin, we've seen him with Stidham fakes the inside handoff, drops back, and just drops a little pass to Tyrese Nick. So a lot of options here. I'd expect whichever one they choose is probably going to result in another 7, though.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st down. Looks to his left, throws it in the zone, overshoots his receiver. That one, the timing off a little bit, looking for Nick again. Couldn't get him. He's had success with that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, maybe a little too much arm, a little overpowered. And
it looked like Nick sort of hesitated and did a little double step. And now we're going to have another Bragg Heating Company timeout as Strom, I think, wants to talk about it. We'll let them talk about it, and we'll be right back.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Tyler Tire keeping you rolling. Want to thank McDonald's, our food sponsor tonight, providing us with our pregame meal of Big Macs, Quarter Pounders, and French fries galore. Tom and Pam Powers, we appreciate it. McDonald's, I'm loving it. All right, there's a quick handoff. Stopped short of the goal. Let's bring up 3rd and goal. Stidman looks to the sideline and says, we're this close.
Gotta make it 3rd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, if they can taste it. They've They've fed down here before.
Look for the read option. Stidman to probably take it in the slot. Now he gives it, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown. That's Chin. Chin picks up his first touchdown of the game. It's 41-0. Extra point to ensue.
And we see Colfell comes on. He's been dead solid, perfect on all his extra point tries. His Chin actually got contacted in the backfield, but just maintained his balance and fought forward and escaped for an easy touchdown.
Yeah, pretty good blocking. Silver Bluff had the middle jogged up, and that's why I thought he'd probably do a read and go outside, but he hands it off, goes in the end zone, and Colfell adds the extra point. 42-0. Strom leads here at the Bluff in a game where we kind of expected Strom to be the favorite, to maybe win going away. I don't know that we expected it to be quite like this.
Yeah, I think optimistically, I was hoping that that Silver Bluff, they showed a little progress from week 0 to week 1. That hopefully that they would be able to continue that, even though the level of opposition is that much tougher. But they just haven't been able to find consistency when they have made some good plays, and they've got work to do.
Absolutely. And Al Lown will have them. I would put money on it that he'd have them playing much, much better by the end of the year. He always does.
Yeah, and he had even hinted that, their schedule, non-region, is just so tough.
Colfell with the CMI kickoff. Cole's been busy tonight. He's fielded down around the 5, brings it back. Still on his feet, fights hard, and picks up pretty good yardage. Tyler, I guess it's Tyler. It's spelled a little different than your normal Tyler, T-I-E-L-E-R.
But as I was saying before, Coach Lown had hinted that the non-region schedule might be a little too tough for where this team is at the beginning of the year, but he wanted to have them ready for when region starts, and the competition's a little more wide open, and be able to make a run there and get back in the playoffs.
31-yard line. Chandler first down. Throws it out. Lots of room. Makes the catch. Turns upfield. Like Brandon Hill. Malcolm Green, beg your pardon. Number 16 as opposed to 15.
Hill was involved with the play. With a pass where he found an open man, flipped it to him quickly, and it certainly looks like he's comfortable going to his strong side. He's comfortable reading to the right and throwing to the right versus the left is just not really an option right now.
But the pickup, 10 yards. Chandler Law Firm first down, 42-yard line. This is a dive play off the left tackle, comes across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
That's
Pick
great.
up a 4.
It's a gain of 4 yards.
Second down and 6.
Number 35, Rashad Lott. That'll make it second down and 6.
And Drayton is a guy we haven't called his name a whole lot tonight. He's someone coming into the season we expected a lot from. That he really was a fine complement to Stallings and Shaq Wright last season, and thought he'd step up to that next level.
Yeah, he finds a hole, and there he goes, right up the middle. He's going to go the distance, 10-5, touchdown. Miles Corbett.
Yep, Corbett shows off the speed.
Shows some speed, gets Silver Bluff on the scoreboard right here, 52 seconds before the end of the third quarter.
We look at the Specs Vision replay here. It's wide open. You can criticize the Silver Bluff line a lot, but they did a tremendous job on that play, and the huge opening, and the speedy guy like Corbett took advantage.
And that'll give the Strom Thurmond coaches something to yell at the defense about. Now a bad snap. running out. He was going to throw it in the end zone, at the back of the end zone, incomplete. So special teams will be something that Silver Bluff can work on during the week, because things have not gone well at all on special teams for Silver Bluff, and another failure there, missed the extra point, 42-6. And again, at this point, that's just, again, something else to work on.
Yeah, it's academic for things like that, but I think an important thing is that they were able to score. They are able to sort of feel a little sense of pride that not shut out, and that they're going to battle to the end. And if Strom Thurmond isn't going to be up to the challenge of playing them for 4 quarters, even with a large lead, they're going to take advantage of what they get.
Security Federal scoreboard. Strom Thurmond 42, Silver Bluff 6. 52.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And again, next week, we will go to Strom Thurmond as we make the journey into Edgefield County to watch these Rebels play host to the Midland Valley Mustangs. We look forward to that. That'll be the first of a couple of trips up to Strom Thurmond. They have one of the most beautiful places in the area to play football. And that kick is going to go out of bounds.
What was that you were saying about special teams?
And it just continues, doesn't it? That one, that was almost like a magnet. That ball turned hard left and ran out of bounds like it was a scared rabbit.
Yeah, I've hit a few drives that have looked like that with that sort of low trajectory and hook, but you hope you don't see that from the kickers too often. But as you said, something to work on. That you know, that's the thing. I talked to Coach Lown in the offseason about his decision to come back for another year after flirting with retirement. And one of the things he stressed is what they do at Silver Bluff is they don't work on the big fancy things. They stress the fundamentals, that, you know, blocking, tackling, and that they still need to work on that with this group. And but I think that there's some skill there where if they can get those down consistently, it's going to be a better team than what they're showing.
35-yard line. Handoff to Edwards. Edwards breaks big gain from the 35. He picks up 17 into Bulldog territory at the 48, but there is a flag down around the 40-yard line, and I believe they'll be bringing this back. And so much for the running clock.
I was going to say, though, that if I'm a Silver Bluff defensive back, I don't want to see a guy like Edwards coming to me in that second level. He's a big, powerful-looking runner there, and looks like a hit would hurt me more than it probably would him.
Holding against Strom Thurmond, 10 yards. Brings up 1st and 15. Here comes up the middle again. A little delay handoff. That time, number 12 is Jarius Kinley, as we get to see some different players get the ball and get some playing time for both teams.
And we will, as this third quarter comes to end, I imagine, see a lot more unfamiliar younger players.
And the clock brings us to a close of the third quarter. The Security Federal scoreboard shows us a score of 42-6 in favor of Strom Thurmond. We'll take a break on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week, and we'll be right back to wrap it up in the fourth quarter when we return.
You can smile.
I love to smile. I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this office, this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
Stay tuned for the end of tonight's ball game for the announcement of the Center for Dentistry MVP. We'll be doing that upon the completion of the game, as we do every week. Who will it be? Tyree Stidham has done it once. He may be doing it again, or maybe one of the receivers. Nick, you don't know. But here we go. into the fourth quarter as Strom Thurmond has a running play on 2nd and 15.
And we see
3rd down and 9.
Stidham does remain on the field, and that might be a product of just the comfort having him being able to execute those fundamentals, being able to handle the snaps, being able to feed the ball to the running back properly, and probably just getting out of the way after that.
Picks it up, hands off to Edwards. Edwards cuts inside, going to pick up the first down all the way out to the 50. Tough runner.
That was a tremendous run there.
Yeah.
We get the Specs vision replay. You see a fine cut and a little straddle there towards the end of the run for a few extra yards.
And we've got an Aiken Regional Medical Center injury timeout on the field as we go out to see about a player who is grabbing his leg like maybe some cramps going on. So while we've got a little break here, let's go down to the sidelines for a Holly Tractor sideline report in the booth with Noah Fife.
Thank you, Ed. Ridge Spring Minetta continues to lead Wagner Sally 17-6. Barnwell has come back and tied Williston Elko. That one is 7-all.
Knew
right
that'd
now.
be a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've done that one before.
All's quiet from the Graniteville front as Midland Valley continues to lead South Aiken 14-0. And same with Augusta Christian in their rivalry game with Fox Creek, the Battle for the Paddle. Have you heard of that one?
The Battle
Ed?
for the Paddle.
Yes.
I did not know they had a Battle for the Paddle.
It's 21-0 there. The Battle for the Paddle. It's Fox Creek coach Russ Schneider. He went to Augusta Christian. The Augusta Christian coach was a teammate of his. They both played on the football team there, and they decided that they'd start up a little rivalry series between the schools, and they decided since it's right there near the Savannah that what would be more fitting for a trophy than a paddle to paddle across. And right now Fox Creek is the possessor of the paddle, but it doesn't look like they're going to hold on to it after tonight.
Well, that's very educational. I did not realize that, and that's pretty interesting that they've done that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things about football, be it at the high school level or the college level, is the rivalries, that there's familiarity, with the programs, be it because that's your hometown or because that's, the team that you always beat you when you were in high school, or, whatever the case might be. That's one of the unique things, and that's where it's great that you have a little something there to put a little extra shine on it.
Sure, that's what makes things interesting. This rivalry here has been a great one between these two schools. It's not going too well tonight, but you can bet your bottom dollar it'll bounce back and change next year.
Mm-hmm. And the bad news there for Silver Bluff, that's Devontae Davis, one of their stud players who is being helped off. That hope it's just cramps.
Yeah, well, the way they had his leg to begin with and doing the stretch routine, you got to figure that that's probably what it was, though he is dragging it pretty tough for cramp.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've had them when your leg locks up, be it in your thigh or your calf. It just is incredibly painful, and it's hard to straighten back out.
I'll probably get one tomorrow morning from being out here sweatboxing it. All right, back to the action as Davis goes to the bench. He goes and sits down, and they'll attend to him. And your Aiken Regional Injury Report as they continue to stretch that leg. Again, I think that's probably going to be what that is.
And I did notice that the clock did stop there, so they are choosing not to go running yet.
Oh, there's a fumble. Scramble for the ball. And I believe Strom Thurmond was able to jump back on it. Going to lose a yard. Make it 3rd down and 7.
It looks like that was Stidham diving back on it. I'm Coach Hillary. I might think long and hard about taking him out right now, and getting a backup who's going to be playing probably next year in his position since Stidham is a senior. Getting him a little bit of playing time.
As you said, he's pretty much in there now to hand off to Edwards. And that's what he does there. Edwards going to lose another yard. Bring up 4th down and 2, and the punting unit will come on for Strom Thurmond. And with a score like 42, you think, well, they probably haven't punted much tonight. They actually punted a few times.
And one of those was really a critical play when it was a bad snap that went over Fell's head, and he, never quit on it. And instead of even just maybe making what would be the more prudent decision and kicking it out of the end zone, he gathered it back up, had enough time, got it away, and then took a fortuitous bounce off of a Silver Bluff player.
Right. As a Silver Bluff player was busily blocking, hustling. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Now the kick high and rolls by. Doesn't hit Washington, fortunately for Silver Bluff, and downed at the 16-yard line.
And Silver Bluff is fortunate that they didn't get flagged for, at the very least, running into the kicker there, where just not an overly intelligent play where they just kind of smushed into Fell at the end after he released that one.
And they wind the clock. 8:45 left to go in the ball game. Chandler Law Firm first down at the 17-yard line. Turn and dive play is met by a brick wall. And the Strom Thurmond defense stands up and knocks him down.
It's Drayton once again struggling to find that daylight.
No gain on the play. That'll make it second down.
Little jet sweep. Corbett, who had the long touchdown on a similar play, can't find any room to run, gets a couple of yards. Third down and 8.
And once again, it's that uncomfortable position for Silver Bluff, having to probably try to throw here when it hasn't come easily to them, but the wide side of the field is to the right, and Hill has certainly looked more comfortable going in that direction.
Brandon Hill is going all the way under center for the Bulldogs. Quick handoff, gets to the corner, tries to turn inside. Actually got outside, got past the 30-yard line and picks up the first down. So Miles Corbett here late and going, picking up some yards.
That game's good enough for a first down. Bulldogs.
Chandler Law Firm first down, 32-yard line.
It's just unusual seeing Silver Bluff in this circumstance. It happens to the best of the teams, but a team that's been as successful and is prideful as Silver Bluff, they're just not used to seeing them losing by such a big number.
Like we said in the open, as Drayton gets nowhere and dragged down, that this is a program that's produced people like Troy Williamson and Dwayne Bates and Corey Chavis, these people who went on and had stellar college careers and then played in the NFL. And this area is there's all kinds of names of players who've played in college and even NFL players. So it is a very proud high school tradition, football in this area, and it's just a down year.
Yep. And just a testament to how good they've been in the history of the program for the 22 years that Coach Lown has been here, and even the stretch before, they've had one losing season.
Unbelievable. Tyler Wooten on that carry picks up another Bulldog Chandler Law Firm first down at the 46-yard line. And of course, Strom Thurmond's got a lot of players in the ball game. They don't play every day, but still they're working hard. They want to impress the coach and Silver Bluff.
And, it's a credit to both. I mean, it's second stringers or third stringers versus second stringers and third stringers, and it's top competition for those guys.
There's a fumble. Hill able to fall on it. Got some help from his offensive lineman that time, Keeson Walker.
Well, there hasn't been much scoring in some of the other games around the region. I do have one update for you.
Holly Tractor sideline update.
That Keonre Holmes gets a long 28-yard touchdown run for Wagner Sally. Cuts their deficit against Ridge Spring Minetta to 17-12.
So a good game there. And I would say they're not crosstown rivals; they're cross-the-country rivals.
They are, but it's interesting that you bring that up because really the team that's the closest regional rival for both of them is Pelion. They both played Pelion pretty much every year. I think Wagner Sally's played them every year for the past 30 years, and Ridge Spring pretty much close to that. This year, Pelion dropped both of those teams from their schedule.
Huh.
And it's
did not know that.
Yeah, and it's it's not what we would consider the sexiest rivalry, but it's a long-standing one, and I hate to see for it seems like maybe some coaching decisions that's the motivation behind it.
That is interesting that they would do. It's sort of like Texas and Texas A&M. A little bit, yeah. And it's it seems like it's really probably just coming from the Pelion end of things, where to speculate a little bit, they'd hold mastery over Wagner Sally for a long time, and then 2 years ago lost to them for the first time in about a decade, and that may have rubbed the coaching staff there the wrong way, even though they beat them last year. It was an upset win where Pelion beat a very good Wagner team, but they dropped them from the schedule, and they did the same thing with Ridge Spring, who's on the other side of them. Huh. Who did they pick up?
That's the thing. They didn't really pick up anyone who was be a big-time opponent. They picked up Cardinal Newman, who's trying to make some inroads in Class A as a private school, and I think I can't remember the other one off the top of my head, but it was not someone you would consider a regional foe at all.
That is surprising. Having grown up in this area, you're right. Wagner and Pelion have played each other for a long time. So good defense that time, Strom Thurmond. I believe that was number 20, Chris Mathis. Came up and made the tackle for a loss. So Silver Bluff, Al Allen took a timeout to talk to his team. Wanted to pick up that first down. Now he's going to send the punting unit out as the clock runs down toward the 2:30 mark. And I'm sure that the results of that were disappointing for Coach Lown.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of this game you could just sort of chalk up to, well, we're in different places as teams, but there's only so much of that you can do.
Strom Thurmond does not put a return man back, just lets him punt away. So the punt goes down to the 12-yard line. Strom will look to run the clock out this final 2 minutes and 11 seconds as they'll put the ball in play with a 42-6 lead. They went to halftime leading 28-0. 35-0. So they've only put one score on the board, but don't be fooled. I don't think they've tried real hard.
Yeah, I think they've tried to take advantage of what's in front of them, but they haven't played with the same urgency, taking maybe their foot off the gas a little bit, and also working in some more reserves.
And the reserves are in the ball game. Got a new quarterback in.
That's number 18, it looks like.
Number 18 is Rashad Bryant. Pick up at 5 yards. As you probably heard the PA announcer. They got one of the better PA announcers here at Silver Bluff.
It's part of an overall very...
There's a long run. Is this Edwards again?
I believe it is.
So without a Carroll. They run him down from behind, keep him out of the end zone. Clock goes down underneath a minute.
It was 30 again. He's showing something here. I mean, running backs don't grow on trees, but they seem to pop up pretty quickly out at Strom Thurmond.
And again, if you're joining us late, Chad Gilchrist tonight wore a jersey on the sidelines, but not his pads. He has not played tonight. Not sure what the situation is there, but they did without him quite well. And now a victory formation by Strom. They're not going to try to run it up any worse than it already is.
That's a classy move by Coach Hillary. He knows that, he's Coach Lown is one of the elder statesmen and the someone he's going to look up to, and you don't need to unnecessarily rub the score in his face.
Well, the two programs, good friends over the years. And I believe the officials have told them they don't have to run another play. So the two teams will march to the middle of the field and shake hands and go on with their season. Strom Thurmond going to take this one 42-6 over Strom Thurmond. They'll move their record to 2-0 on the season. Silver Bluff falls to 0-3 and will look to pick things up again next week.
They actually, I believe they have a bye next week, so that might be well timed for them.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll give you the Center for Dentistry MVP of tonight's ball game. You're watching the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
One evening we were sitting around the table. My 4-year-old stood up in his chair and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great. Until he said, "I want to be nice and big and fat." It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I took the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Pruitt Health is here to help. For more than 4 decades, Pruitt Health has partnered with healthcare professionals to deliver exceptional care to families across the Southeast. Since the beginning, our focus has always been on quality programs, quality services, and quality people. Looking forward to the future, we've developed an innovative model of care to provide comprehensive, streamlined solutions. Get well for life with Pruitt Health.
Unique Expressions in the Mitchell Shopping Center is a treasure chest of gifts for all occasions. The Collegiate Collection is second to none. South Carolina, Clemson, Georgia, ACC or SEC. Support your favorite school. From clothing to mailboxes to tailgating items, Unique Expressions has them all. Handbags by Spartina and the Vera Bradley Collection, and a U.S. Post Office on site for your mailing convenience. Stop in today at Unique Expressions, 1521 Whiskey Road.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
You can smile.
I love to smile. I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this office, this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Welcome back. Silver Bluff High School, Petticoat Junction. Silver Bluff goes down in defeat to Strom Thurmond 42-6. And I do believe it is that time of the evening where we're going to name our Center for Dentistry MVP.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tal Wilkins.
And I'm Dr. Brooke Ussery with the Center for Dentistry.
We, along with Aiken Center Television, would like to congratulate the most valuable player of the game.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you, doctors. And we've gotten together and we had a lot to choose from, but Noah, in the final tabulation, who is our MVP?
I think we have our first repeat winner of the year. It's Strom Thurmond quarterback Tyree Stidham. That you mentioned a lot of good candidates with Deion Chin and DeAndre Ryan and Tyrese Nick, among others. But the guy who was in the middle of all those plays was Tyree Stidham. He passing, he was 13 for 19 for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran the ball very effectively and had 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. So for the team, 6 touchdowns, it's hard to overlook that.
Absolutely. As we take a look at some of the highlights, that pass to Nick for the first touchdown of the ball game, and this is the kickoff that ended poorly for Silver Bluff and sort of turned things into what would become a rout for Strom Thurmond. But, yeah, you're right. I think you say it was 13-19 passing. He had some yards rushing, 4 touchdowns responsibility. So, again, it was one of those things we looked at it all and said, yeah, Tyree deserves it. And it's his second Center for Dentistry MVP in this short season. 2 out of 3.
Not bad. And, again, it shows you the value of a guy. Even though he didn't have a lot of playing time as a quarterback, he was experienced in that he's been the backup the past 2 seasons and was really ready to take this team by the reins versus Brandon Hill. It's all new to him, and you could see the difference between a guy who knows what to do, how to execute the game plan, versus another guy who's really just trying to make sure you don't make any mistakes.
Well, Stidham, who played in the shadow of Hammond at Strom Thurmond, who is as good a quarterback as we've seen in quite some time. He was outstanding at what he was able to do. But Stidham would go in and play receiver and play some other positions. So he'd get on the field not only at quarterback but also in other places, which helps in the overall skill level of experience of being on the field. And you're right. That's the big difference. The players on Strom, even though Gilchrist didn't play tonight, they've still got players. Chin has played before. They've got such a host of people who've got some experience as opposed to Silver Bluff.
And, not to say, if you had flip-flopped the quarterbacks on teams, it would have been a different outcome. But I think just having that guy who knows how to execute the offense back there, who knows, when to feed the ball to a certain guy, who knows how to look around the field a little bit for the reads and knows when to call his own number too. I think it would make a big difference for a Silver Bluff team if they had that one guy who has his hands on the ball so much with that sort of experience and poise.
Okay, let's have one more Holly Tractor sideline report with Noah Fight and give us some of the scores as we get ready to go out.
Well, we are the first final of the evening. All the other games remain in action, but it still remains Rich Spring leading Wagner Sally 17-12. Barnwell has moved ahead of Williston Elko. They lead 13-7 in the fourth quarter.
War horses.
Midland Valley maintaining that lead over South Aiken, which has finally just gotten on the scoreboard, 21-7. And Augusta Christian is looks like they're going to hold on for a comfortable win, beating Fox Creek 27-7.
So South Aiken does get on the scoreboard. Again, next week we will be traveling up to Strom Thurmond to see that Midland Valley team that leads 21-7 over South Aiken at this time. And we look forward to getting up there. Strom Thurmond obviously getting better after I think they certainly were better than week 1.
Absolutely.
Or week 0 or whatever it's called. And now they'll pick up on a team that's got some really good skill players.
I think that this is the first team, for all the things that Aiken did well and sort of held Strom under wraps with their size and strength on defense. Midland Valley is the first team that Strom is going to face that can really punch back. That for what we saw Strom Thurmond able to do and do very well on offense, Midland Valley is a team that can strike quick and has just as many explosive players, if not more, than what Strom Thurmond has. So that, I think, just in itself makes it for a compelling matchup. Then you add on top of that, you mentioned that Strom Thurmond has ruled the roost in 3A the past couple of years. Well, one of the teams that they were beating on the way to a region title was Midland Valley. This year they moved down, but they keep the game on the schedule. And Midland Valley, might have a little chip on their shoulder as far as wanting to prove something that that they're the big kid on the block right now.
Absolutely. All right, so that's where we'll be next week. It'll be a tough place for Midland Valley to get that done. Anybody who goes up to Edgefield and plays Strom Thurmond knows that that's a tough place to play. It's a beautiful place. They did a renovation a couple of years ago, and it's one of our favorite places to go. So we look forward to being there and bringing all the action to you as Midland Valley travels up the road to Strom Thurmond. But for tonight, for Noah Fight, for our director, James Grigsby, I'm Ed Gerardo. Our final score, Strom Thurmond 42, Silver Bluff 6. We'll see you next week in Strom Thurmond. Good night.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
1948, Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Most people think the Y is a gym, but to me, it's so much more. When I needed help, the Y gave my kids a scholarship to a safe place where they could grow, learn, and have fun. And when I was struggling with all kinds of health issues, they gave me the guidance and motivation to get well. The Y helps families create a better future and become so much more. So give, join, or volunteer at the Y.
2.5 years ago, we had our first child at Aiken Regional. When our second child was on the way, we knew we wanted to go back to women's life care. But this time it got complicated. At 25 weeks pregnant, I had to have my gallbladder removed. I would have been terrified, but Dr. Minto and the staff were so caring. When you trust your hospital this much, there's really no reason to go anywhere else. I should know. I was born there too.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest in contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you are looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902. Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.